The subway screeched as it slowed into the station, metal grinding against metal with a noise sharp enough to make Autumn wince. She stepped out onto the crowded platform, dragging her suitcase behind her with one hand, while holding her phone tightly against her ear with the other. "You know," she sighed, weaving through the evening commuters, "this really just is the icing on the cake, Alex." The station smelled faintly of rainwater, rust, and something burnt drifting from deeper in the tunnels. Fluorescent lights flickered overhead, casting everyone in a sickly yellow glow. Autumn adjusted the strap of her purse against her shoulder and headed toward the stairs leading up to the street. "I should have known better than to come out here after only knowing that sleaze bag for a few months." A bitter laugh escaped her. "I met him on Tinder. What was I thinking?" Alex must have said something comforting, because Autumn laughed again, softer this time. "I guess this is like the start of a romance movie," she said. "Though I don't think I'm gonna meet Prince Charming at the hotel." Her suitcase bumped awkwardly up the concrete stairs behind her. "I found one a few blocks away, thank God. I'll text you once I'm safe in my little hermit cave for the weekend." The call ended as she emerged onto the streets of Manhattan. Night had already settled over the city. Rain earlier in the evening had left the pavement slick and reflective, turning the streets into rivers of neon light. Car horns echoed in the distance. Steam drifted lazily from a vent near the curb. Autumn paused beneath the glow of a street lamp and pulled up directions on her phone. A robotic voice began listing turns. With a tired breath, she squared her shoulders and started walking. The elevator hummed softly as it climbed. Autumn leaned against the mirrored wall inside, staring at her own exhausted reflection, while absently tapping her room key against her palm. 14. The number glowed above the doors. A soft ding echoed through the elevator as the doors slid open. The hallway outside was quiet. Too quiet. Muted carpet swallowed the sound of her footsteps as she dragged her suitcase toward room 1407. She stopped outside the door. The silver numbers reflected dull light overhead. Autumn slid the card into the reader. A green flash. Click. Finally. She pushed the door open and stepped inside. The room was decent enough. Generic hotel art, beige walls, a neatly made bed, heavy curtains framing a large window overlooking the city. But something felt wrong. A sudden chill crawled across her skin. Autumn rubbed her arms, frowning as she looked around. Her gaze landed on the thermostat mounted near the bathroom door. 61 degrees. "Nothing like walking into a goddamn freezer to top off the evening," she muttered. She cranked the heat up to 70. Her purse landed on the bed with a soft thud while she typed out a quick text to Alex. "Made it safely. Send." Then she wandered toward the window. The city stretched endlessly below her. The Freedom Tower glowed against the skyline like a beacon in the dark. For a moment, she just sat there on the cushioned bench beneath the window, staring out over New York. The loneliness hit her all at once. She swallowed hard. Her eyes burned with tears she refused to let fall. Quickly, she wiped them away. Then something caught her eye. Tiny, almost impossible to notice. Resting in the corner of the window seat was a diamond earring. Autumn frowned and picked it up carefully between her fingers. The gem sparkled under the hotel lights, but tiny dark specks stained one side of it. Her face twisted in disgust. Gross. She glanced back toward the cushion, clearly drawing conclusions she didn't want to think too hard about. Without another thought, she crossed the room and dropped the earring into the garbage can beside the bathroom counter. Then she headed into the bathroom to shower. Steam curled through the room when Autumn finally emerged. Her damp hair was wrapped in a towel, oversized sleep shirt hanging loosely around her thighs. The warmth of the shower had relaxed her slightly, until she saw the bed. She stopped cold. The earring sat beside her phone, waiting. A strange chill slid down her spine. Slowly, she approached the bed. "No," she whispered. She picked up the earring carefully, staring at it as her pulse quickened. She distinctly remembered throwing it away. Her eyes darted toward the bathroom, toward the garbage can. Crossing the room quickly now, she grabbed the can and looked inside. Empty. Autumn stared into it for several long seconds, then slowly looked back down at the earring in her hand. Without speaking, she placed it back inside the garbage can. This time, she shoved the can farther beneath the sink cabinet, hard. Like forcing it there somehow solved the problem. Then she grabbed the TV remote. Anything for noise. Anything to make the room feel less empty. The television flickered on, flooding the room with the soft drone of some late-night sitcom rerun. Autumn sat on the edge of the bed and checked her phone again. Nothing. No messages, no missed calls, no distractions. She tossed the phone onto the nightstand and began drying her hair with the towel. Then, scrape. Autumn froze. The sound came from the bathroom, a soft scuffling noise across tile. Slowly, she lowered the towel, her eyes fixed on the frosted glass wall. Again. Scrape. Her stomach tightened. She stood carefully and moved toward the bathroom corner. The room suddenly felt colder than before. Her breathing sounded too loud. One careful step, then another. She turned the corner sharply. Nothing. No figure, no intruder, no monster waiting in the dark. Only the garbage can, pulled out from beneath the sink. Autumn stared at it, then slowly crouched down. Empty. But something glinted near the wall beside it. Her blood ran cold. The earring, but not the same one. This diamond was clean, perfect, except the backing was bent slightly sideways, as though it had once been shoved violently into flesh. No way. Her fingers trembled as she picked it up. Slowly, she carried it back to the bed. Then she returned for the garbage can. Tilting it carefully, another earring dropped onto the comforter beside the first. A matching set. One stained dark, one clean. Autumn backed away immediately. Every instinct screamed at her to get them out of the room. She dumped both earrings back into the garbage can, hurried to the hallway door, and shoved the entire can outside. Then slammed the door shut. Deadbolt. Chain lock. Click. Click. Only then did she breathe again. She climbed into bed without looking toward the bathroom. The TV murmured softly in the darkness while she scrolled mindlessly through social media, trying desperately to ignore the feeling that something inside the room was watching her. Eventually, sleep took her. Autumn's eyes snapped open. Darkness. The television still played softly somewhere nearby. Her phone rested against her chest, video replaying endlessly on mute. For a moment, she didn't move. Then she heard it. Gurgle. Wet. Big. Her breath caught. Slowly, painfully slowly, she turned her head toward the bathroom. The frosted glass wall stood dimly against the darkness, but something about it looked wrong. Darker than before, like something had been standing there, watching. Gurgle. A slow, scraping noise followed, wet against tile. Something moving. Autumn gripped the comforter tightly beneath her shaking hands. Maybe it was the drain. Maybe the pipes. Maybe... Clop. The sound came much closer this time, right beside the bed. Autumn stopped breathing entirely. Then came the voice. Wet. Broken. Barely human. Come to me. Her throat tightened with terror. The mattress shifted slightly near her feet, something heavy climbing onto the bed. The comforter pulled taut, like unseen fingers were gripping it tightly. Autumn's pulse thundered in her ears. The darkness near the foot of the bed moved, slowly crawling closer. New body, the voice gurgled wetly. New life. Autumn finally opened her mouth to scream, and the darkness swallowed her whole. Morning sunlight poured softly into the hotel bathroom. Autumn stood before the mirror, fully dressed, hair curled, makeup flawless. Calm, elegant, as though nothing had happened. She smiled softly at her reflection while uncapping a tube of bright red lipstick. Carefully, she applied it. Perfect. Then she leaned forward and kissed the mirror. A crimson lip print bloomed across the glass. Only then did her reflection shift slightly beneath the light. Both diamond earrings sparkled against her skin, one of them still stained with tiny dark specks. And Autumn, still smiling. The end.